Okay, what do you mean by migration? Anybody?
movement of data from one region to another region, sir.
Movement of, is it
Data
data
or
only or any other things? Is it data only, Jeevan?
no, sir,
Grids, data
with,
forms,
yeah,
reports,
reports, all reports. Yes.
everything, right? So moving the application. So moving the application from one place to another place is called migration, correct? Okay, done. I accept this definition. Then what is upgradation? What do you mean by upgradation? Migration means moving the application from one place to another place. Correct. What is upgradation?
Improvement, sir.
Moving the application from one version to another version. Right? So in Hyperion, there is no concept of upgradation. Okay. What do you means? What do we do for upgradation? Even for upgradation also, we we follow the migration approach. Because see, when you click on this help, when you click on this about, here you can see, right, this is 11.2.6 version, right? So when you come tomorrow and when you open the same workspace, it should come as 11.2.9. That is called upgradation. We never follow upgradation because if anything goes wrong with the upgradation, what happens? Neither 11.2.6 works nor 11.2.9 works. So what do? We will keep this 11.2.6 like this only, and in a new servers we install 11.2.9, and then we will migrate the application from 11.2.6 to 11.2.9, right? So we always follow migration only, we never do a direct upgrade. Everybody understood? Yes or no? అందరికి అర్థమైందమ్మా? Everybody please confirm. So because if upgradation fails, neither old version nor upgradation will, nor new version will work. So we always install new version in a separate instance or server, and then we migrate the application from old version to new version. Even upgradation we call it as migration in Hyperion. Everybody clear? Right. So right. If I ask you to migrate the application right now with the whatever the knowledge you have, can you do it? ఇప్పుడు మీకున్న నాలెడ్జ్తోనే మైగ్రేషన్ చేయమంటే చేయగలరా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో?
No, sir.
Yes, you can
Yes.
do. You have created your own applications, right? Here I can
Correct.
see some application names, new application names. How do you do that one? Very simple, right? You extract the profile from existing application. You create a new application with the same profile. Again, you extract the metadata. You load it in the new application. You extract the data forms, data grids, reports, and then you load it into new application. You extract the data and then load it into new application. Done, right? Migration. This is called traditional migration, traditional way of migration. Okay. So there are four ways of migration. First way is traditional way, right? Means simply you do it, everything you do it manually, right? You create a new application with the new application profile, I mean save existing application profile, and then you load the metadata, you load the data forms, data grids, reports, etc., and you load the data. That's it. But the problem with this traditional way is, see, you can write down the notes. There are four types of migrations. Four ways, not types. There are four ways of migration. First way, traditional way. There are four ways of migration. First way, traditional way. First point, extract the existing application profile and create new application. See, how do I extract the profile file? Anybody? How do I extract the profile file? Double click on applications, right click, extract profile. A profile file will be downloaded. With the same profile file, I can create a practice application, right? Right. And then I'll extract the metadata. I'll load it into new application. I'll extract the data forms. So come here, right? Expand, extract. Here I can extract all the elements, right? I extract the security, I extract the metadata, I extract the member list, I extract the rules, and I load it into new application. Now documents, see? So can I extract this here? It is grayed out. So when I expand this, or when I expand this, see, individual data forms and data grids I can extract. So the disadvantage is, write down first disadvantage. You need not write advantages, okay? You have written the steps, right? Extract application profile, create new application. Next, extract all artifacts, artifacts means within brackets, metadata, comma, security, comma, rules, comma, forms, comma, grids, comma, reports, etc. Everything, data, everything. We call it as a single word called artifacts. Artifacts. Okay. Extract all artifacts and load it into new application. That's it. Migration is completed. So, what are the disadvantages in this traditional way of migration? First, see, you cannot export the folders. So, see, it is grayed out. So, I have to export data forms and grids one by one. How many data forms and data grids will be there in our system? Chepandamma? In live, how many data forms and data grids will be there?
Thousands together.
Huh?
Many will be this.
Many means just please quantify
50 to
approximately.
100.
So you can say 50 or 60 data forms and 30 to 40 data grids. Okay. So you have to do it one by one. Write down extract. We cannot extract folders. First disadvantage is we cannot extract folders. So can I extract all these three at a time? See, it is grayed out again. So you have to extract one by one only. We cannot extract folders. Folders extract చేయకపోతే ఏం చేయాలమ్మా? First you have to create this folder structure manually. అంతే కదా? So in live there will be folder structure like this. Financial statements, under financial statements total balance sheet, under total balance sheet current assets schedule, fixed assets schedule. Likewise, there will be folders inside the folders. First you have to create all the folder structure, and then you have to extract the grids and forms one by one, right? So we cannot create folder structure. Next point, we have to extract forms and grids one by one. We have to extract from forms and grids one by one, right? Next, see, for example, you are migrating from old production to new production. Then we need a data edit and task edit. See, task edit. See, you can export this, but you cannot import this. Likewise, data edit also. See, you can. This is grayed out. You can export this, but you cannot import this. Write down. You cannot import. You cannot import task edit and data edit. Right? You cannot import task edit and data edit. So these are the disadvantages. Right? So this is called first way of migration. Any doubts in first way of migration? We never use in live. We never use means, for example, in development stage we use it. In development instance, I create two or three applications. Can anybody tell me why do we need to create two or three applications? So in interviews they'll ask you, if you put in implementation project, they will ask you a question, where do you do the implementation? Where do we do the implementation? Chepandamma, in which instance we do the implementation? That is the question. Always we do the implementation in development. In development, we create two or three applications. Why? See, for example, I am the lead of the project. I create one application, and Jeevan will be doing only reporting work, all the financial reports. Yes, I'll create another application, and Manju will do rules. I'll create another application. So whatever the application I create, right? All the three applications will be in same sync. Every day, whenever I change the metadata, whenever I add the new metadata, I'll add it to I'll load the same metadata into Jeevan application and Manju application and third application also. Third application, I'll give juniors to create data forms and data grids. Right? Total four applications. In my application, I'll concentrate only on metadata, building the metadata, building account structure, building entity structure, product structure, etc., etc. I'll do entire work. Immediately, I'll load the same metadata into G1 application, Manju application, and Junior application, so that they can do their work. Okay, done. Now, G1 has completed 10 reports. He will manually load those 10 reports into testing, so that end users can test in the test instance. Likewise, right? Manju will load the rule file. I will load the metadata file, and juniors will load the data forms and data grids. So, right? In development, we can create more than one application, but in test instance, there will be one application, and in production, there will be single application. Everybody understood this concept? Yes or no? How we do the implementation? Please ask doubts here.
Sir, what about the FCCA?
FCCS, there is no such. We have to. Everyone has to build in the same application. Okay, because there is no dependency on metadata. Means in HFM, when you load the metadata, everybody has to log off and log in again. Correct? But in FCCS, it is not like that. You need not log off. You can continue your work. Clear? So, right, ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైందమ్మా అందరికీ? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో ప్లీజ్? ప్లీజ్ కన్ఫర్మ్. First way of migration, traditional way. So only whenever you create a new grid, you need not migrate the entire application, only that particular grid you will load it. Clear? Right. Second way of migration, put heading, second way of migration. Database to database copy. Database to database copy. So first point, export, export source DB means database, schema tables, SCHEMA, schema tables. Export source database schema tables. Second point, import it into, import it into target database schema tables. Third point, reconfigure Hyperion components. Reconfigure Hyperion components. That's it. So this way we don't follow this way also. So write down advantages. You need not write advantages. Disadvantages. Disadvantages. It is, it is more DBA work. DBA means database administrator work. It is more DBA work, database administrator work, than Hyperion work. Second disadvantage. First disadvantage is it is more DBA work than Hyperion work. Second disadvantage, if reconfiguration fails, If reconfiguration fails, nothing will work. If reconfiguration fails, nothing will work. Right. So, what is this approach actually? Actually, in the entire four ways of approach, this is the best way of approach. I personally like this because it will be very very easy and very less time taking. Simply, we'll take the database backup, right? Entire We'll export the entire database and we'll import it into new database tables. Automatically, every application it will clone the entire application. But here you need a DB knowledge. So here Hyperion, as a Hyperion consultant, right? There is no work here. Entire work is done by database people. So database team will get the billing. Clear? That is the reason normally people don't follow this approach. But if any DBA expert in our team, right? This is the best way to follow. Clear? Right. Third way of migration. Write down. Third way of migration. Copy application utility. Copy application utility. Write down. First point. This utility is not existing in current version. This utility is not existing in current version. Second point. Still, you can use 11.124 utility. Still, you can use 11.1.2.4 utility in current version. Okay. So disadvantage of this approach is, write down disadvantage in this approach. You need server access. You need physical server access. You need physical server access. That's it. So these three approaches we don't follow. Okay.
So what is, what is the second one, sir?
Still,
11 point.
still we can use 11.1.2.4 version. I mean utility 2.11.1.2.4 utility in current version. కాకపోతే దీనికి యూ నీడ్ సర్వర్ యాక్సెస్, ఫిజికల్గా సర్వర్ యాక్సెస్ ఉండాలమ్మా, అప్పుడే ఈ యూటిలిటీ వర్క్ అవుద్ది. లాస్ట్ ఫోర్త్ వే ఆఫ్ మైగ్రేషన్ రైట్ డౌన్. ఫోర్త్ వే ఆఫ్ మైగ్రేషన్ LCM, లైఫ్ సైకిల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. ఫోర్త్ వే ఆఫ్ మైగ్రేషన్ LCM, లైఫ్ సైకిల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. See, one small thing is you cannot practice this, okay? It's only a theory part because you need admin access. I did not give it. In live, you can do that one, but very, very easy, okay? Let me show you that one. So, I'm opening another application, okay? Yes, rules practice. See, so go to documents. So, right, select, delete, okay? Delete everything I'm deleting, okay? Right, delete. Yes, delete this one also, delete. Yes. So I'm deleting all these folders also from here to here. Yes. Then we'll migrate it from that application to this application. Yes. So you have to write down the steps. Click on navigate. Write down steps to Fourth way of migration steps. Click on navigate, administer, shared services console. Click on navigate, administer, shared services console. Expand application group. Click on navigate, administer, shared services console. Click on expand application group, expand default application group or HFM group, expand default application group or HFM group. Single click on application. Single click on application. See, here you can see all the artifacts. This is called artifact list. You all understood the word artifact, right? What do you mean by artifact? Artifact means metadata, data, profile file, data forms, data grids, reports, everything, right? So see, when you select all, right, it will take a lot of time. So while practicing, select only forms. See, when you expand the forms, you can see forms and grids. That's it. Click export. Select required artifacts. I don't select required artifacts and click export. That's it. I'll give my mig file. What is today's date? That's it. Export. Give the file name and then click on export. It will be exported in, see, 187 artifacts, 187 data forms are there. So yes, refresh. Done. Completed. Close. Next point. Now expand file system. Expand file system and right click on the file. 1 minute. So here we have to put it as 100%. Right click on the file and download. Right click on the file and download. Expand file system. Right click on the file and download. Next point. Upload the file into target system. Upload the file into target system. Expand the file. Expand the file and single click on file. See, now select all and then import. Expand the file system, single click on the file and select required artifacts or select all. Click on import. See, so in which application we have to load? Chapandama, which application? Right, click on import. That's it. Refresh, refresh, refresh. See, it is failed. No issues. When you see failed message, don't worry. One or two items will be failed because of metadata changes. Okay, because the metadata should be sync in between. See, when I click on this file, right, it will clearly show you some of the metadata items are missing. See, an error record. Okay, okay. So some metadata is missing here. No issues. Cancel this and close this one. Close this one. Close this application and reopen the application. See, now you can see all the whatever the data forms, data grids we deleted, right? Everything came back. See, right? Until my data grid. See, everything you can see. So if there is any metadata, for example, in Baba metadata, there is a new entity called Dubai. If that entity is not existing, that metadata is not synced with practice rules, right? Then whatever the data forms you create with Dubai entity, those items will fail. అందరికి అర్థమైందమ్మా? Yes or no? Please confirm. Jeevan, Manju, understood? Yes or no?
Understood. Yes, yes.
So the first thing to migrate, to do the migration, is the metadata should be in sync. Clear? This is called fourth way of migration, LCM, life cycle management. Regularly we do this. Okay, in live we use this one also. There is no server dependency. You can just internet is enough. You can migrate the application, entire application. So when you select all, right, it will select the data also. So once again, see, click on navigate, administer, shared services console, expand application group, expand default application group, single click. So here you see all the artifacts. When you see application base level data, right? So dimensions, all the dimensions, everything will be there here. Okay, so rules, security,
అంటే
member list,
ఇవన్నీ సరే అంటే ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఇంతకుముందు డిలీట్ చేసినవా సార్ ఇవన్నీ?
అన్ని డిలీట్ చేయలేదు కదా, మనం ఓన్లీ డేటా ఫార్మ్స్ అండ్ డేటా గ్రిడ్స్ డిలీట్
అదే.
చేసాం. దట్ విల్ బి ఈజీ
ఓకే.
టు ప్రాక్టీస్.
ఓకే.
ఓకే,
అదంటే ఇంతకుముందు డేటా ఫ్రామ్స్ ఏదైతే డిలీట్ చేసామో అవే కదా!
అవన్నీ వచ్చేస్తాయి. సో వెన్ యూ సెలెక్ట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, రైట్, ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ అట్లీస్ట్ 1 hour టు మైగ్రేట్. ఓకే, సో నెవర్ టిక్ వైల్ ప్రాక్టీసింగ్. ఇన్ లైవ్, yes, we will tick everything because we are taking the backup of the application, right? We tick everything. It will take at least 40 minutes to 1 hour. Sometimes it will take 2 3 hours also, if data is very huge. But while practicing, only practice forms, so that, right, it will be easy to practice and it will be completed in just less than 1 minute. Yes, అందరికి అర్థమైనట్టేనా? Yes or no? Yes, this is
ఓకే.
called migration. That's it. Any doubts in migration? So I'm stopping the recording.